So it's going to be, I mean, and those players who are in that top 8.
Best of the best,
or
right?
the top
4.
Top 4? Oh, man, I cannot wait to see who those players are.
I mean, that really makes it important to get these 2-0 sweeps early.
Which also, as a side note for those who are not playing, we were doing an SMC Finals Netrunner draft, a really cool opportunity.
Fantasy player draft.
Right, so you get to actually pick the players that you're, some were saying, like, you pick them like you're picking horses, and you could actually score points and try to win a little side pool of money through the SMC Finals Netrunner draft. And so that's another fun thing that's happening here at Netrunner
looking
Stock.
Forward to seeing more of this ingenuity sort of in next year's SMC. Or
Netrunner Palooza?
Sure.
Netrunner Fest?
I mean, I like Palooza.
You like Palooza?
Give me $5 and you access it.
We have 20 minutes left of this round.
We do.
We're shuffling.
And they're shuffling up. It looks like, I think, Cory mulligans, maybe? I'm not sure. It looks like, I guess, Michael also mulligans. So
okay.
He starts with an archived DBS, NAPD.
So here
draws an Adonis, which is good, but not ice.
Right.
None of it's ice.
And Michael's in the situation. He won the first game. I'm just thinking, I just want to get a couple points, I guess.
And so here's his solution. He knows he doesn't have any ice.
Right.
He's going to drop three assets. And it's Chaos Theory, so he knows it's not going to be super aggressive early. And interestingly enough, Cory's list, this is, I mean, sadly not a whole lot of time. I don't know if we're going to see it go off. Cory's list very much not generally aggressive. And wants to take some time to set up because of how his rig works. I don't want to spoil it.
Right. Is his similar to that Alec Nelson build?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. The two of them brainchilded that together.
That's excellent.
So I'm really excited to see some more backbiter shenanigans for those of you that haven't seen it.
I wonder about kind of where Cory is in his brain. Like, he's like, I just slogged through that.
Yeah.
I didn't
now
get
I have 15 minutes to get a win against HP.
Right, and most likely it's going to be a timed win, unless I rush and I get some. Does he have multi-access? I imagine he does.
He has RDI at least.
And legwork.
And legwork, yeah.
Okay.
So he'll get in there. And the idea is RDI lock, right? Or R&D lock.
Right.
So the question is just how quickly he can get there and how quickly Michael can find ice to protect things. Because right now it's not looking great.
So in Michael's mind, he's like, I can.
There's a first piece. It's not, again, ideal. It's Itchy 2.0.
No.
But it is ice. And then he draws better ice and a Caprice.
And do I want to?
Cannot tell what that piece of ice is, though.
All right. Do I want to dump my agendas?
With Jackson on board, I think you have to. Mm-hmm. With no ice out, you can't really protect them anyways. So,
correct.
Cycle him back. He drops.
Okay, so that's your classic kind of HP create a scoring server off of your sexy man bot.
Yeah.
And so.
And I think that was a Victor that he dropped down, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't quite see it.
Okay.
And then he's gonna pop Jackson before Cory's turn.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
Denying the very classic Chaos Theory Hades Shard play
right.
that
of
most people are very familiar with.
Not running Hades Shard.
Correct.
For those that thought we were being serious.
They did not.
I don't know, you'd be surprised. You would be surprised.
And ping. All right.
Wow, just pulls it right off R&D. So that's the solution, I guess, if you're Cory, is just get really lucky.
Yeah.
And right now, Michael's draw is helping him with that.
And here is, again, this is a card that whenever I see it rezzed, the Daily Business Show, it's a must trash, but then it's kind of I have to go get it, but I don't want to go get it because I want to do other things. So
interestingly enough, just as a side note here, we saw an efficiency committee from Michael that he just bottomed with DVS. So especially this early, doesn't want to see it because he doesn't have the ice for it. But it's sort of an interesting twist on this fast advanced deck.
Correct. Using that
to help essentially biotic things out.
Yep. I was playing another Engineering the Future, which was using the efficiency committee token to do install over Eliza's toy box, and then be able to use Eliza's toy box in the same turn with the install. You got to see all the big ice.
So I think we just saw Caprice and maybe an Ash drop down behind that Adonis for Michael. So, yeah, maybe doesn't have the agendas now, obviously. Cycled them back, but, could be an early scoring window. Cory doesn't have a rig, really. He just has the Magnum.
And, you can run into it, and, all right, so we have
Hyperdriver.
Memory limit is full. Does he?
Yeah,
does he pop it right away?
On memory. Yeah, Cory usually does. At this point, though, he doesn't have the rest of the combo sort of set up, but I imagine he would think about popping it right away.
Well, yeah, because you get stuck if you don't otherwise.
Yeah, right. We see a legwork. I think we saw the backbiter in hand. I might be wrong here.
Hyperdriver being one of the only
cards.
3 memory programs.
One of the only ones.
You remove it from the game, and you get 3 extra clicks.
And so he'll drop that self-mod.
Right.
For click 2.
And what he does with those blue tokens is represent his kind of his hyperdriver clicks.
Yeah. He's going to run that server. He's got the self-mod. He's got money. It's a victor. And you imagine Breaker Bay Grid and Caprice.
I like that.
So we know there's not even an agenda there.
Right.
Cory, wanted to go check it, but now.
And so Cory has several things to think about here, which is, all right, I'll click through, and
he's got the clicks for it in this case.
Yeah, let's eye it up.
Let me not spend that money on
1.
I would go 2 if I was Michael. If I was Michael, I'd go 2. Oh, but he goes 0.
Oh.
Cory goes 0. Cory gets to access.
And
the Adonis. He's going to pay 1 for the Caprice. He might actually let the Adonis sit.
Okay.
But he will trash the Breaker Bay.
He's like, I always feel like I'm getting just kind of.
Yeah.
That's the root canal moment of the game where they get in and they're just like, I'm just going to kind of shave through all this stuff and put it away, and
And the thing is, Cory has Magnum, right? So he's not going to be too worried about going broke to trash all of that.
Hyperdriver's gone. That'd be interesting if that was an agenda. He was just like, Cory thinking, there's no way that he would do that again. Will Cory go check it again?
Right now, I don't think so.
Yeah. With that particular play.
Yeah, sure, certainly. But the thing is, you keep doing this, you're not developing your board.
Right.
You're not giving yourself enough outs for if it's not an agenda, right? If it's not an agenda, then
are you speaking from Cory's side?
From Cory's perspective,
correct.
Yeah. He's not giving himself enough time or the setup to deal with it when it's not an agenda because he's having to pay for all this.
Right.
Now it is an agenda. Now it's the NAPD. It's installed. It's advanced.
There are many things in there.
Cory knows everything that's in there.
Right.
But does he want to spend the time or money to get in?
He's got the money.
He's got the money. The question is whether he wants to spend the time.
He's got to win the side game.
Right. And he can,
and that's essentially the end of his turn as well.
Well, he can run for 4 clicks. He can bring in whatever his breaker is.
Correct.
Gordon Blake comes online. Run for 3 clicks if he wants.
Right.
But he's going to run R&D, make
Michael
spend some money.
He's just going to let it go.
And Ichi shows up. Ichi
okay.
2.0.
So we need to respond to this.
So it's 5 strength. He does have a couple of ways to react to this. He has a Deus Ex in hand as breakers. He has a Deus Ex, a Fem, an Inti, a Faust, and a Chameleon. So it's a tough decision regardless of how he, in terms of how
I don't like any of those choices at this particular point.
None of them are ideal, and he doesn't have
all of them. He's got 2, 4, 6. He's got 8 credits.
Yeah.
So
he'll click through 2. I would assume letting the trace fire.
Correct.
Yep, and then pays for the trace. Accesses 1 card. So it's an asset or an upgrade. Debating whether or not he's going to trash it.
Leave it. Is he thinking I won't be able to go back anyway?
Well, or making Michael draw it and do something with it. See, it's an Adonis. So if Michael wants to spend a click to install it, then I'll deal with it.
All right. Now we are tied up. 10 minutes left.
Yeah, and that's relevant, right? This could very easily go to time.
Let's see. Michael is sitting on the biotic. He needs it.
Yeah, the issue right now is money, though.
Spending
7, or I guess 6 to advance.
Correct.
Puts him at 4 credits. It's not ideal. He does have Ice Res already. Still nothing on HQ, which is interesting that Cory hasn't run it into HQ yet, especially with the legwork.
Right, and I think again, there's kind of another factor here, which is the time factor.
Yeah.
And so he's thinking,
absolutely.
How do I?
Yeah, you might have to make these suboptimal plays, right, to sort of score quickly before time runs out.
Correct.
But also, maybe wants Michael to fill up these servers so that he has to hold agendas in hand before he pops that legwork.
Correct.
And Cory has to be wondering, am I really going to get to go off on my combo here with the backbiter? And I think at this point he says no. I mean, he's sitting on so many credits at this point that he's probably just, all right, now I'm just playing Chaos Theory, and it's not ideal, but that's what I have to deal with.
My build is not set up for this.
Yeah, right. But he's going to draw 5 cards.
Right. mean, unless he's going to go for it. I just don't see that happening.
I don't think he can, because he installs Backbiter. He doesn't have time to get the credits to keep all that in hand.
Right. I'm not happy with, like, if I'm Cory, I'm feeling stuck.
I think you feel a lot of pressure right now.
Yeah. And game day's gone. I mean, that's just kind of a sign that, right, that just confirms.
Chameleon's in the bin.
All right.
Deus Ex is in the bin.
Michael says, give me an agenda, R&D. Research, design it.
Draws a piece of ice. Didn't see what it was. Just lays it right down over the scoring server. You know,
right.
He's got a clear plan here. He knows what he's got to do.
Correct.
He's just got to build up the scoring server, put stuff in, and score it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's got.
I mean, but he's got also his fast.
Sure. So he's not. Well, he doesn't feel under pressure to do that.
No. No.
Because he's got the biotic labor avenue, and he's got money trickling in. Mm-hmm. But he also knows, he's got the 2 upgrades. See, he'll just trash it and put it straight in because he knows he's got a Caprice and an Ash.
Yeah.
Which are going to cause Cory,
now,
hopefully, no end of problem.
Maybe Michael's thinking, maybe I got a chance to take it not as a timed win.
Right.
CVS, that's not going to really do anything. Yeah, Michael's like, faster. Let's go. Money's up. Maybe he's just going to hard install that Fem. Well, he doesn't even have the Fem. Oh, he's got Vamp. He has a Vamp option.
Oh, yeah, and that could be relevant, actually. That could really change things here.
Okay. Oh, landed another one. Yep, here comes Vamp.
Yeah, Cory, not really worried about the money. Is going to pop the Vamp, and
right.
that is a problem for Michael. Because he doesn't have drip up right now. He doesn't have an Adonis resed.
He can go and, so that's click 1.
Yep.
He's going to run the remote.
Sure. Still has to play the side game, but obviously he bid 0.
Click through. Oh, no, he can break.
No, he can break.
That's right.
Yep.
Right. Play the side game. Tax him 1 more. He's thinking, do you want it? The CVS doesn't particularly matter. No, it doesn't. Well, it doesn't matter. Not even particularly.
He's going to pay to trash.
Oh, he's got Ash.
Looks like to meet the Ash trace. And then he'll access the agenda, score it. There's the efficiency committee. Okay.
4-4.
And then trash the Caprice and trash the Ash.
Right. Just clear it on out again.
Yep.
Six minutes. Let's see what happens. And this has been a long round 1.
Yeah, it has. And I looked up on the wall and the clock was different, and so I was like, oh, maybe they have more time. Nope, they have 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Okay. So, getting to crunch time, both again on to 4 points, still tied. So this is about as good a game as we could ask for the little time left.
I mean, if this plays to completion, I would just be impressed.
I mean, but we know there's no 3-pointers in there for Michael, so it's going to be 2 for either of them, right? You got to score 2 more agendas. Yeah. You got to say it's easier for the runner at this point. He just vamped all of that money away. Of course, ironically, Michael's got it all back.
Right.
But we know that's a threat. We know Michael's ice is pretty limited, and all it takes is 1 multi-access.
Right. And now we're at 6. And do not. I mean, you launch, right?
Interesting.
You launch. You don't launch.
It's an interesting decision because he's only seen 5 pieces of ice. He
launches.
Do it. Oh no! That's it.
Well, he's got ice that he can protect,
but he's not. He's got to bluff it. He's got to put it on archives. The question is whether or not Cory's going to run it.
Oh my gosh!
If Cory runs it this game, unfortunately, that's brutal.
Oh my God!
Oh, I mean, Cory's feeling great right now,
right?
Because he had to slog through that IG game, and he got really lucky, and that's what it took.
I don't even know what to say. I mean,
and Michael had to feel pretty confident about both the ABT test and how that game was going.
I mean, we jokingly say you always fire.
I don't. Look, okay. Aaron and I will champion the fire of the ABT all the time. Alex did it yesterday for so many successes.
I understand. This is, I mean, you're seeing the game out. You're at 6-4. You're going to get the timed win.
Sure.
I don't know.
But the thing is, in that case, he knows how. I'll even count it. It's more than a dozen pieces of ice left in the deck, I think. More than 10, after seeing all of the cards that he's already seen.
Yeah,
the odds of 2 agendas hitting or off that fire is very low.
It's something you don't have to worry about if you don't fire it.
Sure.
And
but
he's
then
got
Cory could run R&D. I guess.
Sure, but there's
ice in front of it. Sure, yes. Not firing ABT is the safer play.
Agreed. And again, I'm
whatever. I don't care.
I'm not someone who I'm not an anti-firer.
Fair. Okay.
I'm pro-fire.
But
I think in the context of this particular situation,
you should not have.
You do not fire.
Okay.
So.